Welcome to this lesson on standard error. In the world of statistics, we often need to bridge the gap between a small sample of data and the entire population. The standard error is the key metric that builds this bridge. Specifically, we will explore the formula. Standard deviation of the sample mean equals population's standard deviation divided by the square root of n. To understand standard error, we first need to be clear about two groups. The population is the big circle, representing everyone or everything we are interested in. The sample is the smaller group we actually measure. For example, the population might be all people in a country, while the sample is just 1,000 people we surveyed. Now, imagine a thought experiment. Instead of taking just one sample, imagine taking thousands of different samples of the same size from that population. For every single sample, you calculate an average. If you plotted all those averages on a graph, you would get a new curve called the sampling distribution. This is literally a distribution made up of sample means. This brings us to our core definition. The sampling distribution has its own spread or width. This spread is not called standard deviation, it is called standard error. Simply put, standard error is the standard deviation of the sampling distribution. It measures how much the sample means typically fluctuate around the true population mean. Here is the mathematical formula. The symbol sigma sub x bar represents the standard error. It equals sigma, the population's standard deviation, divided by the square root of n, the sample size. This elegant equation tells us that our error depends on just two things: how messy the original data is and how much data we collected. Let's look at the top of the fraction, sigma. This is the noise factor. If your original population is very diverse and spread out, your samples will also be very different from each other. A high sigma leads to a higher standard error. Basically, if the individual data points are wild and unpredictable, it is harder to pin down the average. Now look at the bottom. The square root of n. This is the sample size. Because it is in the denominator, it has an inverse relationship with the error. As you collect more data, n gets bigger and the result gets smaller. This makes intuitive sense. More data means more precision and less error. Here you can see the difference visually. The wide blue curve represents the population. Individual scores can vary a lot. The tall, narrow red curve is the sampling distribution. Notice how much tighter it is. This is because averages are always less extreme than individuals. The standard error measures the width of this narrow red curve. Why do we care about this number? Because in real life, we usually only have one sample. The standard error tells us how much we can trust that one sample. It is used to calculate confidence intervals and perform hypothesis tests. If the standard error is small, we can be confident that our sample mean is very close to the truth. To wrap up, remember these 4 points. Standard error is the standard deviation of sample means. It is calculated by dividing population standard deviation by the square root of the sample size. It decreases as you gather more data. And finally, it is the fundamental yardstick for measuring statistical precision. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.